This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd. The Senate has voted to acquit President Donald Trump in his impeachment trial. We get more from AP's Sagar Meghani at the White House.
On both articles of impeachment, the vote tallies were nowhere near the Constitution's mandate of 2/3 senators needed to convict.
He is hereby acquitted of the charges in said articles.
Chief Justice John Roberts closing the trial and ending an extraordinary 5 months that saw the Democrat-led House impeach the president before the Senate's GOP majority cleared him. Some Republicans like Lindsey Graham say it shouldn't have gotten this far.
This is an injustice to President Trump as a person.
For number 2 Senate Democrat Dick Durbin, it's more GOP cover for a president who seems to enjoy blind loyalty.
There is nothing this president can do or say that rises to the level of blush-worthy, let alone impeachable.
Mitt Romney was the only Republican voting for either of the articles. Sagar Meghani at the White House.
In reaction, President Trump's political campaign tweeted videos, statements, and a cartoon dance celebrating that he was vindicated. At a Women for Trump rally, Vice President Mike Pence said that Democrats had failed in their attempts to overturn the president's election.
Senate Republicans came forward. The president's been acquitted. They've had their say. Come November, we're going to have our say when we re-elect President Donald Trump for 4 more years in the White House.
Trump himself tweeted that he would speak from the White House on Thursday about what he called, quote, our country's victory on the impeachment hoax. For more on these stories and the rest of the day's news, be sure to log on to our website, voanews.com. You can also follow us on the VOA mobile app. This is VOA News. Chinese health authorities said Thursday another 73 people on the mainland died Wednesday from the coronavirus outbreak. That came as the World Health Organization is appealing for $675 million to prevent the spread of the deadly virus. Lisa Schlein reports from Geneva.
WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus says the small number of cases and deaths circulating around the world provides a window of opportunity to prevent the coronavirus outbreak from becoming a wider global crisis.
Our message to the international community is invest today or pay more later.
Tedros says he understands that people are worried about the evolution of this unknown disease, but he notes this is not a time for fear and panic. He says it is a time for evidence-based action to end this outbreak while there is still time. Lisa Schlein for VOA News, Geneva.
At least 6 anti-government protesters were shot dead and 52 were wounded in clashes with followers of radical Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr in southern Iraq Wednesday. The clashes took place in the holy city of Najaf, where protesters had been staging a sit-in. According to activists, al-Sadr's supporters stormed the sit-in site and torched protest tents. Demonstrators attempted to prevent them from entering using sticks and were wounded when shots were fired. The violence comes as new divisions have emerged among protesters and supporters of al-Sadr. At least 500 demonstrators have been killed by security forces since anti-government protests erupted more than 4 months ago. 3 people were killed, that is, and 159 others were injured Wednesday when an airliner skidded off a runway in Istanbul, Turkey. Reuters' Francesca Lina has more.
Officials said the plane, which was carrying 177 passengers from Izmir, split into 3 pieces after what the transport minister described as a rough landing. Footage on Turkish media showed the plane's fuselage, as well as a section of it near the tail, had broken off. A spokeswoman for Pegasus Airlines confirmed the crash, but did not provide further details. And Turkish Airlines said it had cancelled all flights in and out of the airport.
And the death toll has been updated in that crash to 3 people and 179 injured. And Hollywood legend Kirk Douglas, the cleft-chinned movie star who starred as a gladiator, a cowboy, and a boxer on the screen, has died at the age of 103. His son Michael Douglas announced Kirk's death in a statement on Wednesday. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.